Sawadee Krap, I'm JP Mestanza. It's Wednesday, April 7th. Welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by PVC Phuket. Visit them on Facebook. It's official, 8 people have been confirmed infected in Phuket so far. The first case is a 29-year-old Thai woman who arrived from Bangkok. She works in one of the venues in Thong Lo in Bangkok, the epicenter of a new COVID cluster in the capital. She's currently receiving treatment at a private hospital on the island after a confirmation of the infection on Monday, and the timeline of her whereabouts is now online, but she had been staying at a few hotels in Rawai after arriving on April 2nd, meeting with family members and friends, overall had close contact with 10 people. According to the Phuket Public Health Chief, cases 2, 3, and 4 are family members of someone in the Navy living on the island, including a 9-year-old child. Cases 5, 6, 7, and 8 are people who attended the Color Beachside 3-day event in Cherngtalay. All 8 infected people are now receiving treatment at local hospitals, according to the PPHO chief. The 25-year-old noodle vendor shot by a drunken off-duty police officer on Bangla Road will never walk again and only last week underwent surgery to increase his chances of being able to sit up, according to doctors at Vashida Phuket Hospital, who have told the victim's wife. Arun Tongplab had been walking on Bangla Road just before 6 a.m. back to his noodle stand when drunken off-duty cop Corporal Pontep Chanarong shot him, then slapped him a few times before kicking him while he was on the ground. In less than 24 hours, Pontep was quickly stripped of his rank and discharged from the Royal Thai Police, and now faces charges of attempted murder, carrying a firearm in a public area without necessary reason, and firing a weapon in a public area. Arun has been receiving treatment at Vashida Phuket Hospital ever since, where he finally woke from a coma, but he remained paralyzed as the bullet fired from close range had hit his spine. Doctors have now told Mr. Arun's 26-year-old wife that her husband will not walk again, unable to feel or move from the waist down. He's still in ICU, unable to speak due to an intubated tube in his throat that's helping him breathe. He is conscious and able to move his hands some. Meanwhile, Pontep remains in jail on the island, although the Phuket Provincial Court approved him to be released on bail, but his family is so far, at least from what we know, is unable to provide the 600,000 baht surety. The victim's wife says the family had been unable to return to their noodle business due to the gravity of the situation, dealing with doctors, police, and others, along with raising their 2 kids. During talks with the family's lawyer on March 2nd, the Patong police chief promised to help Mr. Arun's family. And when called by the Phuket News yesterday, Colonel Sujin was only willing to say that police have already concluded their investigation and will file the report to the public prosecutor next week. For more, visit thephuketnews.com. 5 cabinet ministers in Bangkok, along with 4 of their deputies and 61 MPs, have all begun a 14-day quarantine following coming into close contact with new COVID-19 cases. Reports say that officials had come into contact with some other officials who had attended the nightlife venues in the Bangkok districts of Wat Tana or Klong Toei, which have seen over 70 COVID cases traced back to them at last report. Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha has tested negative, but the entire Boomjai Thai Party MPs, all 61, will enter 14-day isolation after an official at the Transport Minister's office had COVID-19. Meanwhile, 334 new COVID infections are reported today, 66% of them in Bangkok. The total is now 29,905 for the kingdom. The death toll is still 95. 93% of total patients have recovered. Phuket Extra will be right back after this. For the best mosquito screens available in Thailand, contact PVC Phuket on Facebook today. Welcome back to Phuket Extra. Police are hoping to identify the body of a man found stuck in a sandbar some 100 meters offshore from a restaurant in Rasada yesterday. Police first learned about the body at 10:30 a.m. and rescue workers arrived with a dinghy to recover the body, bringing it back to shore at Sapan Hin. Doctors at Vashida Phuket Hospital estimated that the man, believed to be Thai, was about 30 to 50 years old. However, it was difficult to determine more details due to the condition of the body. Medical examinations are now underway. For more, visit thephuketnews.com. A 46-year-old monk who had been trapped inside a flood cave in Pitsanulok province for days, he's now been rescued. Pra Ajahn Manas was on a pilgrimage from another province and entered the cave on Saturday, but became stuck when a storm came in and flooded parts of the cave. Rescuers had been trying to get him out for some time, but the rising floodwaters became too challenging. Until Wednesday morning, when photos showed the monk had emerged out of the cave surrounded by rescue workers. 17 divers took part in the rescue effort. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. And that's it for Phuket Extra today, brought to you by PVC Phuket. Check them out on Facebook. Join us again tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000, and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.